I was a pretty happy kid. I had a dad, a mom, and a younger brother, and we lived on the same house in a cul-de-sac in the suburbs until I was 16. I got good grades in school, I had lots of friends, I was really happy, and everything was good and perfect until my senior year of high school. My dad he was sick. We thought he had pneumonia, so we took him to the hospital, and he was admitted that night because they found blood in his lungs. After some tests, they found out he had a rare autoimmune disease called Wegener's granulomatosis, and so they admitted him to the hospital, and he was in and out of the ICU fighting that for 2 months. One day the doctors called and said that it didn't look good. So kind of like in the movies, you just gather around the hospital room, all the family and friends, and you just watch the numbers on the monitor get lower and lower, and you hear the beeping get slower and slower until finally you hear one last beep, and you know that that's his last heartbeat. The time after that is kind of a blur to me. I guess I blocked it out of my memory because it was not a happy time at all. Later on, when I went to college, I found a church and I heard the full gospel for the first time, really, I think. And I joined a community group that helped me process through grief. And I thought up until that time, I loved the idea of Jesus. I had gone to church my whole life, and I thought that I was a moral person and did good things. But I realized that the brokenness of this world, the death and disease and sin, was inside my heart as well, through selfishness and pride and jealousy, things that I struggled with that no one knew. So I heard the gospel about how Jesus lived a perfect life, and through his sacrifice for me on the cross, I can be healed and I can be whole because of my faith in him. So I really started to grow at that church. And then later on, I went to school up here in Northern California, and that's where I met Pastor James and joined InterfaceSF, and they are my home and my community. And now it's my joy every week to teach children about God's love and to partner with parents to teach children truth.